Leo, welcome to your general reading for week commencing Monday the 16th of April 2018. I've been off the air for a little while because we moved house and everything was all over the place, but I've managed today to carve out a little bit of space for this. So here we go. Same sketch as before, 3-card reading, major arcana only. Card number 1, things as you see them. Card number 2, the veil. Card number 3, things as they really are. One more shuffle, one more cut, and I'm reading towards me. Okay, let's go. Right, Tower in reverse. Chariot in reverse. And the Death card. Well, change is coming. That's for sure. That's for sure. Okay. You kind of, the change you fear is coming, represented by this Tower in reverse, is not at all actually what's coming. This is always the interesting card, the Veil card. Right, you think you're controlling this process of change. You don't like it, but you think it's something that has to be done and that you are controlling it. There's an air of inevitability always about the change that comes with the Tower. I mean, when the lightning is going to strike, it's going to strike. But because it's in reverse here, I get the feeling like you think that even though it's inevitable that things have to change, that you are actually in the driving seat of that change, and you're not. Because this is the Chariot in reverse. And I think, in a way, the fact that you think you're in the driving seat is the very thing that is keeping you out of the driving seat, and you are blind to that, Leo, I'm afraid. But this change is coming, and it's going to sweep everything away, and it's going to take you by surprise, even though, as I say, you think you're on it. But I'm sorry, I've got to say it, Leo, you're not. Right. I mean, you know, the Death card, it's a sweeping, absolutely just sweeping change. Everything you thought you understood about yourself, about life, and all that, it's transformed. And okay, it's not. This is not always a bad thing. And I tell you what, you know, if events can transpire, or if events do transpire, Leo, to show you that the control you think you have, king of the jungle, over everything, is not as all-encompassing as you believe it is, then I think that's often, it's a very good thing. It's distressing, but, you know, in the long run. Now, there's something I want to show you that always strikes me as interesting. Oh, where's it gone? About the Death card. Now, can you see outside of the scythe is this little palette and these paintbrushes? Now, what this always suggests to me is that there is one thing left after death has come and swept it all away, and that is creativity. And in a sense, it's it's artistry, and it's the you know, all the treasures are swept away, the gold, the beautiful things, the book, the weapons, all of these trappings of power are swept away. But what's left is your capacity for creativity. And this is about starting again. This is one little bit that's left to you. And, you know, that can be a very exciting experience, believe it or not. You know, when everything gets ripped away from you, out of your control, you know, karma conspires and woof, it's all gone suddenly, and you're left sitting there, stunned. This is a blank slate. There's a blank slate coming. And you know that change is coming, but you think you can control it, but you have zero control. There's zero forward motion, in fact. Right, let's get some clarification on this. I'm going to see if I can clarify this. Wow, again, you see? So often these two cards come up for me in conjunction with each other. Now, the Lover's card is hugely enigmatic. There's so much going on in that card. And please do remember, this is in reverse. Okay? Yeah, we have 4 entities here. We have 3 humans and 1 little god at the top who is blindfold. And we've got this chap in the middle, and he's sort of like, oh, shall I go home with my mother for my tea and be a good little boy? Or, oh, shall I go off with this nice young lady? And he's sort of in the middle thinking, oh, which one should I choose? Which one should I choose? This choice is going to be utterly taken out of his hands by Cupid. The blindfold Cupid who's about to fire the arrow, you know, we know what's going to happen. This young man is going to be booted from one paradigm where he's a son to another where he's a husband. So it is, to a certain extent, out of his hands. And, you know, sometimes, again, that's a really good thing. You know, there is an inevitability. Oh, God, I think of Hamlet, you know, there is a destiny that shapes our ends. Rough hew them how we will. Sometimes to change there is an inevitability. It's like it's springtime here where we are. And it doesn't matter who's in government, what's going on. You know, none of that matters. The earth is tilting, there's more light, and the flowers are opening. And this shit just happens, man. I'll call it shit, it's beautiful. But anyway, this is about lack of control. And you do love your control. You do love ruling over circumstances, Leo. But, you know, this is out of your hands. And right, let's get some clarification on that death card to see if I can find anything more to tell you about the tiny little bit that is left to you, this artist's palette. Wow. Okay, the High Priestess in reverse. Now, this came up for Cancer as well. Now, the High Priestess in reverse for me, generally, is the card of narcissism. Now, let me have a think. Is that what's going on here? Now, I could say that what this change is going to reveal to you is the presence of narcissism in your life. I could say that. Is that what this is telling me? Because I actually pulled this card in the context of that little artist's palette that has escaped death's scythe, has not been reaped up by destiny here. I'm not sure. That you see, what this is suggesting to me is that the change that's coming, that you know is coming, and that you think you're in charge of, and that you can kind of manage it. What's actually going to transpire, but it's going to take an awful lot of courage and creativity. And by creativity, I do not mean fantasy. I mean the capacity to view things in a whole new way. Is that there is and has been narcissism in your life. Now, whether that's with you, in you, or around you, I don't know. I would not dare to say. Certainly not this stage of the reading, if at all. Yeah, I think you're going to get a shock, and I think you kind of know what's coming. You know something big is coming, but you're going to get a shock, and it's going to be quite hard for you to actually hold on to your sense of reality, of life as you know it, because something's going to get swept away, and this narcissistic component here is going to shock the fucking living daylights out of you. Okay. Is there anything more to... Yeah, I'm just going to pull one more card to try to crown this reading. Haha, yes. Wow, I don't think you like being this character very much, Leo. I don't think this really appeals to you. The idea for a Leo of just going, oh well, like everything's been scattered to the winds and it's time for a new start. I don't think that sits well, but that's what's coming. And I think it's that, Leo, that is going to be the key thing in the creativity, in the artist's palette. Your ability to view things in a whole new way with what's coming from this. As I say, sometimes things are taken out of our hands just by, not even by events, just the crazy kind of weather, karmic weather. There's a karmic weather storm coming, and you can see it coming over the horizon, and you think you can manage it, and you think you can possibly outrun it in your chariot, and you think that you have control over the forces of nature and the inevitable in the lovers, but you don't. You don't, because I'll tell you what, when you're dealing with narcissism, and I'm amazed that this has come up again, when you're dealing with narcissism, this is your best bet. Pack your stuff, put a smile on your face, and get moving. Okay, Leo, I'm going to leave it there. Please like, please share, please subscribe. All the best with that. If you would like a private reading, the email address is in the description box below. And please tune in for the next reading. Okay, all best, Leo. Bye-bye.